Hi everyone, I am Bonnie Krebs from Art Impressions here at Scrapbook.com with our new watercolor releases. You're going to love these new stamps. For those of you who have done this before, lots of new things for you to add to your collection, 10 new sets. And for those of you new to watercolor stamping, it's super easy. I'm going to show you how to do it. It only takes a few stamps, a few markers, and water and a brush. It's like magic. You're going to love it. So let's get going. We're going to do this little tropical scene. So we're actually combining several sets. We're combining the little garden shed set, the tropical set with the palm trees, and this cute little girl in her swimming suit at the beach. So I'm going to show you how to put all of this together using several sets. So we're going to start out with the garden shed, and we're going to use this one. And you can see there are 4 garden sheds in this set. So super versatile to use. So we're going to use this one right here. And then the little girl sitting. We also have a little boy set. So for that little guy in your life, you could easily switch out the little girl for the little guy. So we're going to use her right here. And then the palm tree set. So this set will allow you to make almost every palm tree that you could imagine. So different types of palm branches and different variations of palm trees. So we're going to use this in that combination. And then in the new foliage set 4, these 2 little vines right here, we're going to use both of those. And then the flower set, we're going to use the filler flower right here. So lots of fun stamps to use and a super fun project. So let's get going. We're going to start out by inking the basic image, and that is the little garden shed. So we're going to ink that in 2 colors, the dark blue and the brown. So we're going to start out with the dark blue, and we're going to ink that whole thing up. So just cover the whole stamp with that dark blue. Use the side of your marker, not the tip, and then go back over it again with the dark brown. And this is kind of a washed out shed, so I'm going to just stamp it off on another piece of paper, just so that it's not too dark. We want it to look like it's kind of sun bleached and weathered, so we want to take some of that color off. And I'm going to kind of stamp it up in the corner just like that. So now let's go on to the little girl. We're going to stamp her kind of down in the corner a little bit more, and I'm going to ink her in 1 color. So the dark brown. And we also don't want her too dark. So I'm going to take that same scrap piece of paper, and I'm just going to stamp her off as well, just to make sure we don't have her too dark. And then I'm going to stamp her kind of in the corner. Okay, so we've got our 2 basic images, and we're ready to go to add everything else in. So I'm going to take our, start out with the first step, and that is always to pull the color out of the lines. Stamp the basic image, pull the color out of the lines. That's the same in every project. So just begin by dragging this color out, and this is what's going to make it look 3-dimensional. So just kind of follow these lines. The lines are all placed to give you color. And we have a combination of color because we inked these stamps with a combination of 2 colors. That's so important that you don't get too much water. If you get too much water, you're going to end up erasing the lines. And once you see that happening, you know how to fix it next time. It just means you have too much water. Be sure to pinch your brush off. And we're going to go on to this little girl in her sun hat. And we're going to do the same thing just by dragging the color out. And we'll come back to these. We're just doing the very first step. So let's go ahead and put in our trees in the background. So we're going to use the palm trees. And the first thing I'm going to do is cover this image using my Post-it tape. So I just want to pull a little of this off and cover up my little shed. And I'm just going to stamp these trees into the background. And I'm going to start out with my tree trunk. I'm going to ink that in the dark brown. And I place these this Post-it tape so that I can protect my little shed, and I'm not stamping over the top. So I'm just going to stamp this in here like this, and maybe another one like this. So now I can remove this. And let's go ahead and add the palm branches in here. So here they are, a right and a left. And we're going to ink them in a dark green. So let's do the ones to the right or to the left first. And we're just going to stamp these in here several times. And then the left. So once we've stamped the image, we always go back and add the water to it. So gradually, or just carefully, pull that color out of the lines. And you see this little spine in the middle? You want to leave that. And then just pull the color out of these little ridges here on the palm trees. So I'm going to add some color now to the background. I'm going to do that with a light blue. And I'm just going to add some water to it so it's very light. And brush in some of this color into the background. That looks pretty good. So let's go ahead now and add our foliage in around this little cabin or this little shed. And I'm going to do that with my little vine. So I have a right and a left. And I'm going to ink those in the green. And just put in a couple of them over here. And then bring some down over the top. And then soften those lines. So just go back in now and just soften all of that up. So let's add some flowers now. And I feel like since this is tropical, we need something bright. So let's put some bright pink in. And I'm just inking a couple of these. Just a couple. This is more farther in the background, so we don't see as large of blooms. Let's continue on with this little shed, and let's add some color to it. So I'm going to take my warm brown and add some color to my palette, and just brush a little bit of color into this roof. So I've taken my little painting, my little tropical painting, and I cut it out with my rectangle die. So this is our new rectangle die set. Has a double stitch line, so it creates a really nice edge around my little painting. So I've got this cut out. I'm going to glue it onto my card base now and create a really fun, cute little card. That looks good. And then I will just attach it to my card base. And my card is finished and ready to give away and make someone's day. Thanks for watching. If you like this video and want to see more from Scrapbook.com, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a message. Happiness is life handmade.